So guys, today we are going to be going over your most embarrassing moments ever. We went to Facebook and we asked you guys, what's your most embarrassing moment? Well, you guys replied. We actually got about 1,000 comments, so hopefully we'll get to a lot of them today. But so we're going to go over your most embarrassing moments ever, and we're going to see if they're really embarrassing or if you're just being a baby.
Yeah, or if you Googled them.
Or if you Googled them and made them up. So, let's get right into the moments. Alright, Josh Forrest.
What'd you do, man?
Made out with a 50-year-old woman who turned out to be the mother of a classmate from college. But was she fine?
What era were you? Like, what age range was this? Because that's important. Because if you were like 6,
that's a little weird.
And you like made out with a 50-year-old who later became like your friend from college's grandma. Like you were 6, you made out with fucking Aunt Jemima, and then you went to college and you're like, oh, hey Scott, man, like you're my roommate or whatever, and he's like, yeah, he's like, oh, my family's coming over, and then fucking Jemima shows up and you're just like, whoa, that 50-year-old puss that I fucking let escape when I was 6 years old.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I mean, that's not like that embarrassing. Did you tell him, or did you see him? You're like, Scott, I fucked your grandma, or was like, how did that go? Like, what was embarrassing about that? Like, was it embarrassing for him, or just like, you're like, I got caught, making out with a 50-year-old?
I don't know. Alright, Ewan Clover says, when I was walking outside a Parliament building and there was lots of press about, I wasn't looking where I was walking. I walked straight into a knee-high bollard, fell straight over it, and ripped my trousers.
That's the most British thing I've ever heard.
I know, right? Seriously, I don't understand what happened.
It's like every word you're saying, I'm like, I know what that thing is, but you're calling it the other thing. That we don't call it. So it's like, I get what you mean. Trousers is a funny word.
Trousers.
It's trousers. Like,
you know what's even better is trouser snake.
Trouser
snake. That's a funny word.
It just sounds like, okay, so you...
I mean,
was it
guess.
on camera? Because you said that there was...
I assume it was on camera.
There was press going about.
There was press walking around.
Ballards fell straight.
I assume it was on camera and it ended up like on the news or something.
That'd be so funny if it was like cameras here and he's like walking past, and as soon as he gets to like the center of it, he's just like,
yeah, like he like totally planned,
right.
You know. All right, Micaiah Smith doing the sex thing in the car on the side of a road, and the cops caught us in the act.
Did they let you finish?
I know, right? Were they like, you know why we pulled you over is because you were fucking going 60 down the highway.
You're going 60 in that puss, bro.
Yeah. You need to slow down, okay?
It's buckle. And you're just like, world star.
Yeah, right.
Like, as a cop. And he comes around, he's like, just thinks it's a stranger, and you're like a fully outfitted cop. Yeah. And it's like, world star, bitch.
Yeah, right. Like, that would be hilarious. Punch guards. Just like, oh, shit. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, okay. Like,
I imagine he was probably just like, hey, put some clothes on and go home.
Right.
Like, he can't, I mean...
Or he's like, just finish up and go home.
Yeah, right.
I mean, how...
Or he just stands there and stares at you.
If he didn't give you a ticket, I feel like he's not that rude. He probably was just like, you're on the side of the highway, dude. Like, you can't be fucking people.
Right.
You're like, just finish up and then go home.
I was 22 once, too, alright? We just stayed in the barn. We didn't go out on the road.
Even if he was like, hey, finish up. I don't even think if that was me, I could like get back up. Just be like, oh god, cop just saw me, cop.
Yeah, right. I can never get pulled over again.
Right, I have this weird confusing erection every time you get pulled over now. Just like,
it's like PTSD.
Yeah, it's like get pulled over, you know how fast you were going. You're just like, tell me, please.
It's PTSE, post-traumatic stress erection.
Dude, I wonder if that's a real thing. Like, dude, like if your body gets confused and you just have like these weird like.
Yeah, I bet it is.
Full on erection. Like, you stub your toe and you just think back to that time that, like, you were getting your cock sucked and you stubbed your toe, so now it's, like, confusing for you. Or when you see 50-year-old women and you just
getting your cock, yeah, okay, anyways, moving on. Aaron Yamamoto Potts. I shit my pants in class and penguin waddled across the building through the hallways to the bathroom when I was in college. I think most people at some point in their lives have shit their pants. I don't think that's too weird.
I almost think it's better that it was in college because those classrooms are huge. So like, you could easily sneak out of there without making a scene. Because if you're in like a regular classroom, the doors are usually by the front. So you have to like, I shit. It's feminism in the history tablets of America. And then you're just like, oh no, I pooped myself. You just get up real quick and then leave. Because I think you can just leave those seminars whenever. Yeah. And it's not like a big deal.
Right.
So if you didn't, as long as you didn't go, oh no, I shit myself, I think you should have been fine.
Oh god.
Even if you have to waddle, like I've done some pretty quick waddles when you gotta like, boop, I'm gonna boop. You can do it without looking inconspicuous.
Yeah. Seriously, alright. Galen Knobloch.
Knobloch? Oh, I'm so sorry, dude. My last name was Dickey, but Knobloch, that's a pretty... Knobloch. Like, oh my god, you must have had a rough time. Holy shit. And your first name's Galen. Oh no, I'm so sorry. Galen you have gay and Knobloch in your name. I can't imagine. And you had sex with your cousin? That's also your story? What, dude? Like, did it get found out? Is that why it was embarrassing? Or like, did you find out mid-coitus? Like, you were like entering your cousin, and then she was just like, trivia, what's your mom's maiden name? And then you're like, it's Streisand, and then she's like, oh my god, that's my mom's maiden name, and then you ejaculate, and you're like, I fucked my cousin. No.
Zach Holzer told my friend's dog that I needed to lube it up first, without knowing that his grandpa was literally a few feet from me. There was a good old talk that happened after. True story. So, this is your friend. Do you know what happened?
You told me about this.
What happened?
So, he was like making a joke because like his, I don't remember the exact context, but it was kind of like the dog wasn't leaving the room, and he's like, hey Zach, can you get the dog out of the room? And then he's like, hey, get out, and he wouldn't leave, and he's like, Zach, can you take care of the dog? He's like, oh, I'll take care of your dog. He's like, let me lube up first before I fuck your dog, or something like that. Or he's like, let me lube it up first, like as a joke, and then his grandpa like walked into the room, like as he said, yeah, let me lube up your dog first, and then he's just like,
oh no.
And it was he said to you is that happened, and then the grandpa left, and then you just hear, just like, I'm not here. Like, don't tell him I'm not here. He's like, he knows you're here, and he said there was like 20 minutes where he kept calling for him, and Zach was like, no, tell him to come in here. I'm not going out there.
Yeah.
And then eventually his grandpa came in there and was just like, so what was that about?
Yeah.
He's like, I wasn't gonna fuck your dog.
Just in case you were wondering.
That's funny.
The bestiality was not gonna happen.
Andre
Novosinsk.
Sinsk? Is it Kingsk?
Sinks-a-Kinsk. I was alone at home at my birthday, thought of watching some porn after my shower, still naked. Went to my room and everything was fine. Then I heard a noise in the living room, went there with my katana, and my whole family was there to give me a surprise party. So were you still naked?
I'm assuming so, yeah.
When you walked in with your katana?
Is katana slang for your cock?
Either slang for his cock or he heard something and got something to defend himself.
Yeah, that's what I'm assuming.
And it was like...
Well, I mean...
why would you put on clothes at that point?
I was going to say, I've been in those situations where I heard a rustle, and so I was like, oh, I'm going to go investigate. But I always made sure to clothe myself.
Right, yeah, exactly.
Because if you lose the battle, you're going to be naked when your family and cops find you.
Yeah, right.
You're going to be, like, stabbed, and then also your cock's going to be shriveled out, and you're going to poop yourself probably. So, like, no thanks. I'd rather sheath me cock and then go fight the vigilante.
Right. You just sheath your cock before you fight the vigilante.
There's a rule.
Obviously.
Words to live by.
One time when I was a wee lad, I asked my friend if he thought a couple ingrown hairs was the start of herpes.
Oh, dude, I've had that scare.
In a public McDonald's restroom as another man walked in.
Okay, not that bad.
That's not that bad. That's a common misconception,
How old did he say he was?
He didn't say.
Well, that
he just said one time when I was a wee lad.
Okay.
So when you're younger, you can totally get away with that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But if you're like 26 and you're like, dude, is this herpes? As another man walks in, that's a little weird because you should know at that point. But if you're like 8, like that's like okay, or you know.
Dude, I was so.
Although if you're 8 and getting herpes, I don't know what the fuck.
Well, I had a legitimate concern and fear when I was younger that I was going to catch herpes from a toilet seat. Like,
really?
There was like a week period where I refused to touch the toilet seat. Like I would hover myself over the toilet and like use it and make sure none of me cock and balls touch the seat of any sort because I was like I didn't understand how it transmitted. I was like if I touch the toilet seat, like I remember one time I sat down and it's just like tip of dick hit the toilet seat and I was like no, I'm gonna catch herpes. This is it for me.
Joey Carver, I was in middle school and accidentally grabbed my older sister's book bag. Opened it in homeroom to get my stuff and pads and really had those himself and now he's just like still trying to justify what happened.
I still think it's funny too because that's not even now if that happened to you, that wouldn't even be an embarrassing thing.
No.
Because you could be like, oh shit, I must have grabbed my sister's bag.
Yeah.
And everyone would be like, nobody would say anything. But like, when you're 12 and you see a dude drop tampons, you're like, fucking gay! You have a vagina! You're a faggot! You like dick! Fucking loser!
Yeah.
It's like, and oh no, I'm never gonna live it down.
Right, yeah.
But like now, it's like that would never be like an issue.
All. And I guarantee that this dude probably doesn't ever have to deal with this ever again.
Right, yeah.
Colby Phillips. I shit my pants while giving a speech to my class in 6th grade. Luckily, no one knew about it, but I had to sit in my own shit for 4 hours before I got to go home to change. I still own that pair of underwear as a reminder. Why wouldn't you just go to the bathroom?
Why do you own it still?
Well, not just that, but why wouldn't you? 4 hours?
Yeah.
Why didn't you just go to the bathroom?
Like, people always say that, like, oh, you do something embarrassing, and then you just, like, wait it out. Like, I shit myself in a public setting, I'm leaving. Like,
yeah, exactly.
I'm leaving for the day.
I don't care if I get suspended and my mom gets a phone call. I am leaving.
I'm leaving. I'm going to go. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to leave the classroom. I'm going to go straight to the bathroom. I'm going to wad up my underwear. I'm going to wipe my ass with that underwear. Throw it away. Fucking splash me ass. Wipe all that shit off. And I'm just going to fucking walk home. That's what I'm going to do. And then the next day when you show up and they're going to be like, oh, what happened? Be like, emergency happened. You know, I had to go home. Some family emergency.
Because I guarantee you, unless you have shit parents, if you went home and said, I shit myself at school, I didn't know what to do, I came home because I was embarrassed, your parents would be like,
yeah, sure.
Okay, alright, that's fine. We'll write you a note, you'll be fine.
Yeah, but if they're like, no, you little shit ass, like, you're gonna go back there and spread cheek in front of the whole class, show them what you did.
Oh, God, dude. So, while at a photo shoot, I ended up getting really sick, puking, shitting the whole nine. Well, now my husband came with me. On the way home, I was laying in his lap and I sharted, but was far too sick to try to get up and manage myself. So I laid...
There's a lot of poop stuff.
It is a lot of poop stuff. Well,
see, when I think embarrassing, I think like a public display of like getting fucked. Not you doing something that you thought was embarrassing and then nobody ever finding out.
Exactly, yeah.
So like, did he know about it? Or like, because you said the smallest amount, like you actually...
Probably didn't know.
You sharted. And then like, just sat there a little bit and just dealt with it. Because like, that's not that... If he doesn't know... And I'm sure he'd be fine with it now.
Well, like, if you're married at that point, it's like, I just shit myself. Okay, honey, well, we'll change it when you get home.
Yeah,
like that's not like an embarrassing
what is he going to be like? Oh, you fucking loser!
Yeah, I'm divorcing your ass, bitch!
I'm posting this on Snapchat.
Right. Connor Sedan. One time I was in a public bathroom and I forgot to lock the stall, and a guy walked in on me sitting on the toilet playing air guitar.
Did he like join in?
I know. Did he start doing air drums?
You were just there, just like. He opened it and he's just like, living on the
Yes.
Just immediately.
Or just like.
Sat down. I was just like, yes,
dude, totally. Fuck yeah, that's how you start a band, dude. You should have you've been like, dude, let's start a band.
Right? It's like immediate. That similar happened to me. I was at a lake and I was using the porta potty and like I definitely locked it, but it was like a shitty lock, so it kept like swaying down, and I was taking a dump, and then this 70-year-old man opened the stall. And just I was pooping and I saw the door open and I didn't like have any reflex to like open, like try to grab it. So he opens the door, fully opens it, and is just like sits there and stares at me, and like we just like lock eyes for a couple seconds, and we just like have this moment where we're like,
your move, man.
We're like, what's going on? Like I was looking at him and I'm like, this isn't a door.
Yeah.
This is a full-grown man, and he's probably like, this isn't a door.
Yeah.
this is a small child.
Yeah.
And we had the moment, and then I was like.
Close the door.
Just we didn't exchange any words. We didn't like wince away. We just locked eyes. And then I closed the door like 3 seconds later.
That's hilarious.
This awkward ass interaction.
Alright guys, so we figured we'd end this video by telling you a embarrassing story that happened to one of us. So Austin, take it away.
Okay, so so I would hang out with friends when I was younger, like people do, and interactions happen. And I would do this sly thing that I thought was pretty, like nobody knew what was happening.
Right.
Like we'd be hanging out and I'd have to go to the bathroom, like mainly poo-poo.
Mainly poo-poo.
And I'd be trying to hang out, and I don't want to be that kid that's like, I gotta run home and take a shit real quick.
Right.
So we'd always just hang out and just try to fight through it. And sometimes we'd get like really unbearable and I'd be like, oh, I need to poop. So like I'd be like, hey guys, let's take a knee. You know, like I'm pretty tired. Let's take a knee real quick. And they'd be like, okay, sure. And then I'd like to sit and just like fucking having the world's tentest ass cheek, just trying to fight off this poop.
Right.
And then sometimes like it wouldn't go over well and like streak my underwear.
Oh,
and
no.
so like I'd be like going and I'd have like that like little like mud butt going on, where like it was like sweaty and like, but it was like a little bit of poo in there, so it was like peanut butter almost.
Oh god,
it was like really gross, and I'd like keep trying to like go throughout the day, and then get bad and be like, okay, I gotta go home, and I go home and just like throw away my underwear and never tell anybody.
Oh no.
And like sometimes it worked where like nothing came out, and I was just like, all right, sick, let's go on, and then. I remember when I was like in high school and someone was like, do you remember you used to like sit on the ground and like try not to shit yourself? And I was like, you guys knew about that? And they're like, yeah, it was, you would sit down and just be like, just like you just like turn red. We like Austin's shitting himself right now.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, so that was like me doing it. I thought it was so sly, and then it was embarrassing to be told when I was 16 that
after
like
the fact.
We knew the whole time. I was just like,
yeah, why did you say something? Yeah, triggered. Oh fuck. Well, I can't think of an embarrassing story off the top of my head. I know I've told an embarrassing story before on this channel.
I can. You want me to tell another one that happened? It didn't happen to me. It happened to somebody I saw happen.
Go for it.
So I was in high school, and I used to play hacky sack all the time when I was younger. I was like the best at it.
Yeah.
And
you were good. I remember that.
I'm still am pretty
You were
good
really good.
Well, yeah, I used to play at high school, and we'd have this big circle of people playing, and it was like middle of winter, so it was really cold outside. And this dude, he was like a year older than us, and he was out there, and he's like super like wannabe thug guy, you know, and he's like trying to like show off for like some girl, I think. Yeah. He was wearing like gym shorts, and he was like being like a dick kind of, and then his friend who he was being a dick to like went up behind him and pantsed him, but he grabbed underwear too, and, and dude, it was like, I remind you again, it was like the coldest fuck outside, so this dude was just like full on like just like so much fur, and then just like a little nub.
Oh
and
no!
Just like his like it went down, and then he like didn't even notice, and then was like, and instead of immediately like grabbing trowel and like redeeming himself, he looked at him. He's like, dude, what the fuck? Sarah's right there, and he's just like still tiny cock out, and Sarah is right there, and she's just like. Looking over and it's just like, oh my god, he's right, it is tiny. He's like, so and then he like lifts up his pants. He's like, it's fucking cold outside. Fuck you.
Oh my!
And he walks back inside, and I'm just fucking dying on the floor because I was like in the corner. I watched the whole thing happen. Like I saw the dude go around him, and I was like, he's gonna pants him, and so I was like watching, and then it was just like, just like, you fucking loser. It's just like throwing it, like, dude, it was so bad. It was like
my god!
It was like a grape glued to like a shrubbery. Just like, hey man, yeah,
that's fucking funny.
It was fucking hilarious. It wasn't embarrassing for me, but I'm like that dude never played hacky sack with us again. No, I'm pretty sure that friendship ended.
He was done for life.
Yeah.
All right, guys, if you like this video, hit that like button, comment, and subscribe. Let us know what you want to see on the Diggy Dine Show. We might be dumb enough to do it. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, we'll see you next time. Oh, dude, though, I didn't tell you. So
I think Kate was telling me about.
Did she tell you about that?
She didn't say what happened. She said the neighbors were fighting.
It wasn't our neighbors. It was across the street and like over one. So there was a guy grilling. He was on the upper floor. He was grilling, and this lady comes out, and we were out on the balcony, and we see. She's looking up, you know, she's like kind of doing this, like to look up in his balcony, and then she like knocks on the door, and she stands there like this. And she just literally, it gets awkward because she stands there for like 2 minutes. They didn't answer the door. She's just staring, and she starts like tapping her foot, you know. And then she knocks again, and she like looks up at the balcony, and then stands there again for like another like minute or two, and she's just staring at the door. And me and Kate are just watching her like, what's going on? Like, what's happening right now? And then she walks back into her house, and I hear her say, "Oh, bitch," and like walks in. And then we see the second balcony door open, and I thought it was a kid because it was so low to the ground, but it was a dude crawling out of his second balcony to turn like his grill down because it was like really smoky. So he's turning his grill down, he's like looking over, and then he sneaks back into his apartment. And then we're like, what is happening right now?
That's fucking hilarious.
And so then the lady comes back out again, she has a piece of paper, and she starts walking to like the lobby, and she's like, you can't do that, and she's like talking to herself, like, you can't do this, you're not allowed to do this. And she's like, okay, whatever. And then so the guy goes back outside on his balcony, he's like eating some food from the barbecue or whatever, and he goes back inside. Well, the lady comes around as he walks out again, and she starts like yelling at him like, oh, thanks for being understanding, and just like being like just like super. She's like, do you know that the smoke from your barbecue goes into my apartment when you do? And literally everyone has a barbecue on their balcony, and you're allowed to have one. Mm-hmm. And she's just like freaking out, and then she seriously calls someone on the phone, and as we're neighbor apartment fucking assholes, they just doing their barbecue and the smoke's going in, and I can't even breathe. It's just like, and she's going off. She sounds for like 20 minutes. I'm just like, dude. Wow.
She sounds like the type of lady that was like getting like a 5-mile-per-hour fender bender and then get out and be like, "Ooh, my neck!
Oh yeah, dude.
Ooh, I'm gonna have to get her insurances involved."
Literally, that whole barbecue fiasco was the highlight of her day. Yeah. I guarantee you. She had nothing better to do.
Did she have that haircut that screams, "I wanted to speak to your manager"?
She actually didn't. She had like a blonde ponytail.
Funny.
All right, so lady, if you're watching this, don't,
or if you can hear us because the window's open.
I was about to say, or if you can hear us, we really don't care about your stupid problem.
Yeah. I just think how shitty is your life that like that's what you get stoked about is getting upset about a barbecue.
Like, and she had a piece of paper and walked to the lobby to complain, and I guarantee when she got there, they said, it's 3:00 in the afternoon. He's grilling. That's totally okay. Yeah, that's totally okay. And then she got pissed off and stormed back and started yelling at him about it.
That's so fucking stupid.
I was just like, are you serious, dude?